Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I hope all of you can join me. I'm sorry, we got a little bit going on in here today. We're trying to get ready to do some grilling. It's a beautiful day outside. What I'm going to talk about today is our pets. Now, if your pets are like mine, they're really extended part of your family and they're really your babies, and that's what I call mine, my babies. I have two dogs that stay in the house the majority of the time. One of them is 14 years old, and, excuse me, she's not 14. I'm sorry. Smith is 19. She is 16 or 17 years old. And she is a mix. She's a Chow and Golden Retriever mix, and she probably weighs about 45 pounds. And then I have a Bulldog. They used to call them Old English, now they call them Americans. They're, the taller dogs. She weighs about 65 pounds, and they stay in the house. I don't like leaving them outside. I'm afraid something's going to happen to them or something of that nature, and so I'd rather, keep them in the house. So what I do is I've always used oils aromatically in the house for my dogs. But I wanted to go over some tips. Some people ask me, can you use oils safely on pets? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and go over the ways that you can use oils. Now, I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, so I do only use doTERRA oils on my dogs. I do that because I know that they're certified pure therapeutic grade oils. I'm going to show you a bottle of doTERRA oil and show you that see it right there? Now what this means is they go through rigorous testing to make sure that every drop of oil you get in this bottle is pure oil. There's about 250 drops in this bottle. It's a 15 milliliter bottle. They also do rigorous third-party testing, and that's going to assure you that there's no impurities in the oil. There's no synthetics, fillers. Now the reason that doTERRA came up with that certified pure therapeutic grade is because right now the essential oil industry is not regulated by the FDA. So what that means for all the oils that people are out purchasing, because you can get them anywhere, y'all. You can get them at Walmart, Kroger. You can just buy them anywhere. Only for them to say that they're pure or organic or all natural, really there only has to be 10% of an actual oil in the bottle. The rest can be fillers, byproducts, whatever they want them to be. So doTERRA came up with this so that you know that every drop of oil is pure. Now, on the bottle of all their oils, this is how transparent doTERRA wants to be to the public. There is, I think you can see that pretty good. There's an expiration date and there's a number there. You can actually go to a source, to a website called sourcetoyou.com, and you can put in that code and you can see all the tests your oil went through so that you know it's pure and there's nothing going on with it. So that's how transparent they want to be. They also source plants from where they natively grow, so where they're indigenous, and they provide jobs to the harvesters, and they also help with things like school, water, clean water sources, just many different things. So they don't just take, they give back as well. Now, essential oils are natural aromatic compounds. They are extracted by steam distillation or cold pressed. Now, the citrus oils are usually the ones that are cold pressed from the rind. They are 50 to 75 times stronger than herbs. So they're the most powerful form of plant-based medicine. And to give you an idea, a lot of people drink peppermint tea. Well, you only need 1 drop of peppermint oil, and that's equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So really, less is more. You only need to use several drops in a big complex blend. You can use them singly or in a blend of oils to get your desired effect. So they are effective against viruses and bacteria. They aid and assist our body in helping repair itself. They can penetrate the cells, and that, because they're transdermal, they have the ability to go right through and that can actually get into the cell membrane, and that helps your body return to homeostasis, and it can help it heal itself. So I want to let you know that as well. So that's why I chose doTERRA, because you want to make sure when you're using oils for yourself or your pets that you're using the best quality of oil that you can get. You don't want something that's going to give you a lot of synthetics and things your body doesn't know how to process. So I want to let you know that as well. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little stuffed up. Spent an awesome day yesterday with family and friends up in northern Georgia. Northern to us. We live in South Georgia, up on the other side or close to Atlanta. Our nephew got married, and it was a beautiful outside wedding, beautiful venue. It was just so scenic, and it was just beautiful. But being outside all day, and I didn't use my seasonal blend as much as I needed to, and then my husband and they were outside cutting grass earlier today, and I've got a good whiff of that, so I've got my oils in place to help me with that. Now, some things I want to tell you. These are good for pets, cats and dogs. I'm going to speak about cats and dogs. I really don't know a lot about other pets. Like my daughter has a guinea pig, and I'm not sure about that. And there are a lot of people that have horses. But I'm going to speak about cats and dogs today. So let me tell you some precautions. Now, for dogs, your dog's sense of smell is 50 to 100 times greater than ours. So something that is not strong and overpowering to us may be for your dog. So I want to make sure that you know that. Don't put, for cats as well as dogs, don't put anything directly into their ears, their nose, or their eyes, or other sensitive areas that they may have. Make sure that when you are diffusing oils, because there's several ways you can do them for pets as well. You can use aromatic, which is diffusing them. And I'm going to show you, I have my diffuser here. Let me turn it off because I was using it. This is doTERRA's Petal Diffuser. This one runs for about 4 hours. You simply remove the top. You can still see it smoking. There's a fill line in there. You fill it to the fill line. You put your top back on it, and you just turn it on and let it get going a second. You see the vapor coming out? So that's going to diffuse the oils into the air. That was the very first way I started using them in my home, and as well as for my dogs. So what I always do is when I'm diffusing, I always make sure that the dog or cat, I don't have a cat, but this applies for cats as well, make sure that they have a way to leave the area that you're diffusing in if the strong odor gets too much or they don't like what you're diffusing. So you want to make sure they have access to get out of to another room. Don't gate them up in a room where they can't get out of, or shut a door in a room that they can't get out of. So always make sure they have a way to get away if it's something they're not liking, because just like us, they may have something that you're diffusing that they don't like. So you want to make sure that they are able to get out of the area. You always want to make sure you dilute for pets, just like you do for children. You don't want to put it on neat, which is just putting it directly on them. So you want to make sure that a good place for dogs and cats as well are like the nape of their neck, between the paws, the pads on their feet, and directly on the affected area and on their spine. Down their spine is always good. So you always want to make sure you dilute for pets. And I do have some dilution ratios. I kind of do the same for children that I would do for pets. So, and also, like when you're putting it directly on them, I was hoping one of my dogs would come in here and you could see an area that I've been treating. You want to make sure that the hair is not thick on that area. My bulldog has really short hair, so I don't have to worry about that so much. My other dog, my old grandma dog, as we call her, we shave her down. She has really thick hair, and the older she's gotten, she really likes to be shaved. It helps her in the summer when she does go out. She doesn't get so hot, and typically in the winter they're not out any longer than we are, and she likes the cooler weather anyway, so she doesn't like being hot, so we shave her down. So you want to make sure that if your pet has a problem with licking the area, make sure that you can cover that up with like a t-shirt, a sock, or something like that. Now I do have also if I can find it real quick, we have Reflex. Oh my goodness, what did I do with it? We have reflexology for us, and you can see your hands, or, well, guess I left it in the other room. I'm sorry. I was going to show you their paw prints, and it can tell you what pressure point on their paws is in correlation to them. And if my husband comes back in here, oh, wait a minute, here it is. So I'm going to try to hold that so you can see it. And you can see this is on their hind paws for this one. And I know it's canine, but I looked at a cat and it's very similar. And you can see, I'm going to try to go in closely there. I'm trying to see because I'm on my phone. You can see the different areas. So this I just found by Google Images. And that can help you tell where on their paws that you can put some of the oils as well. So that's something good because it tells you on here where their eyes, their sinuses. Now, I don't know if anybody else's dog has allergies, but my bulldog does. So, like a while ago, when I let her out and I got hit by that wave of grass, Ricky's my husband, in the backyard. She went out there, and she was only out there maybe 30 seconds to a minute. She went to the bathroom really quick. She was ready to come back in. And when she came back in, she started sneezing. So, thankfully, I have my other diffuser in the living room, got our allergy balm blend going, which is lemon, peppermint, and lavender, and she actually likes that. There's only one oil that I've diffused that my pets do not like, and I'll go over that in a minute, but she has seasonal allergies too, or seasonal threats too, so I like to run that because she'll get sneezed, and I don't know if you've ever been around a bulldog when they get sneezed, and like right after, whatever's in that nose is going to go flying, and you're going to get hit with it, so but that's a neat little chart to have, and again, I just found that by Google Images, so that's something you can take a look at as well. Alright, so I showed you. Now, the other way to put it on dogs is you want to make sure you dilute it. You can use the fractionated coconut oil. Now, you can use other oils as well. You can use almond, jojoba. You can even use castor oil. There's variety vitamin E oil if you like, because I know that's good for dogs as well. This just means the molecule was removed so it doesn't solidify, that it stays liquid. You can put 1 drop of oil. I would put to a teaspoon, at least a teaspoon of carrier oil, and put it on the area that they're having problems with. My dogs like it best on their back. My bulldog has a place on her head that's like a fatty deposit, and my older dog has one on her side. They don't mind it there, but when you're stroking on their back, and it's also harder for them to lick there as well. But if they get it internally, that's not a problem. You can use oil internally on pets just like you can do yourself, as long as it's diluted. And at that ratio, it's never bothered either one of my dogs. You can also make you up a roller ball of you can use a smaller ball, smaller version if you want. I have smaller ones that I use as well for samples and things. You have the little ones and they have roller balls as well, or you can just have you a big one. Just mark it for your pets because you don't really want to use it on you if you're using it on your pet. At least I don't anyway. You can make you up a rollerball blend, and you can just simply apply it that way rather than mixing it and getting it everywhere. And you can still massage it in if you want, but when you do the rollerball blend, it's kind of like when you do it on you, it kind of soaks in really fast. You can put it down their spine or in other areas. So that's something you can do as well, and just have your little mix made up. Alright, so let's see. Also, when you're using oils for your cats and your dogs, I'm looking at my notes, y'all, to make sure I don't mess up. Make sure they're well hydrated, because oils are detoxifying, and if your dog isn't properly hydrated, the toxins will just sit in their system with no way out. So you want to make sure that you hydrate, especially if they're feeling under the weather. They might not be wanting to drink as much as normal, so you want to make sure they're plenty hydrated. Also, diet plays a major role in pets' health, just like it does in our health, so make sure you're watching what you give them and as far as the diet goes. And you can also spray. If you have a spray, you can mix it with just water, shake it, and kind of spray it on your pet as well. You want to make sure, again, you dilute it. And also, I'm going to recommend for your pet, whether it's a cat or a dog, whether it's something you keep inside. Oh, hey, Miss Susan, tell them hello. My babies went outside with my husband, so he went outside because he was in here making noise and he didn't want to mess up my class. But make sure you do get annual vet vet visits for your dog or cat, let them do a simple little check. I mean, and I know it can be expensive to take your pet to the vet, but my pets aren't just my pets. They're my extended family. They're my babies. So when something happens to them, I get just as upset, almost as upset if it has happened to one of my children, because they can't talk to us like your kids can talk. You can see what's going on, but you don't really necessarily know. They can't tell you, hey, this is bothering me, hey, that's bothering me. Get to know your pet. You know their patterns and what's going on with them. My older dog that we've had forever since my kids were little, my two youngest children don't ever remember her not being here. So they notice things too. And they'll call me and say, Mama, she's doing this, she's doing that. And I kind of can tell them some things to do. But, I mean, sometimes you got to take them to the vet. Just like you got to go to the doctor. The oils are great. They're not a cure-all. It doesn't mean you don't ever want to take your pet to the vet. So if you think you need to take them, certainly take them. But here are some things that you can do that'll help them. So I wanted to go over those areas with you. Now I'm going to talk about oils to use. I'm going to talk about first. I have some I look at, and I'm going to give you this lady's name. Her name is Janet, and I don't know how to if her last name I'm pronouncing correct, so I'm going to spell it as well. Roark, Roark DMV. She is on Facebook. She is a pet vet. So I like to listen to her, and she has some things on her website, and that you can like her on Facebook, and she does live classes as well. And I have some tips from her on top 10 essential oils for dogs as well as cats. But I wanted to give you her name because instead of trying to post this, if you go look on her page or like her page, you can go to the notes section and you can see all this as well. So I wanted to mention that as well. But just make sure, again, that you use caution with your pets just like with you, and kind of do the right thing. So first of all, since I have dogs, I'm going to talk about dogs first. And I'm going to talk about frankincense. Now, frankincense, is the king of all oils. It enhances the effect of any other oil. Oils have been around for centuries. They were used back in biblical times and before. And this oil, frankincense, was one of the oils that the wise men brought to baby Jesus along with myrrh. And I'm going to talk about both of those today. I don't have any myrrh oil. I'm out, but I do have my frankincense because I use it so much. I use this for me every day. Now, frankincense for pets, and I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to talk about dogs first, then cats. That way I don't miss the oil and get mixed up. So frankincense for dogs is great because it helps support healthy cellular function. It actually rejuvenates skin. It's very relaxing and enhances their mood, and it's very soothing for them. So it also would do the same things it does for us. Supports healthy immune function, and it's a good cleanser as well. Now, actually, when I was talking about my pets having those fatty deposits, I actually use frankincense on those. And they are shrinking, so that's good. I did have them. I haven't in my bulldog, but in my older dog, they aspirated hers because they've removed it at the vet's office twice, and they have checked it for to see if it had any cancerous cells at least twice. So I know that she doesn't have that, but because the mass is there and it attaches to the muscle, since she's getting older, I want to make sure she doesn't have any mobility issues with it attaching to the muscle. So frankincense is a great oil. Now I'm going to talk about lavender. And this again is for dogs. It's very calming. It has relaxing qualities. It soothes skin irritations. It eases feelings of tension. It does promote restful sleep and helps reduce anxious feelings. So just for us, this is everything calming. Now, my dogs like lavender, but that's not their favorite one. So for my pets, I don't really use lavender so much as I use two other oils that they really do love. They just don't seem to have the same effect when I use the other oils as when I use lavender as when I use the other oils. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about those real quick. My dogs really like balance and serenity. Now, you know, for us people, when these are mixed together, that's what we call our liquid calm. My dogs really love when I diffuse either one of these, especially the Balance. They love the Balance. I do Balance and grapefruit a lot, or Balance and wild orange. They absolutely love it. If it's real storming outside, like we had that bad weather the last 2 weeks, I do Balance and Serenity because it calms them down. One of my classes I did last week, I told that when I came home, my bulldog was just panting and just so agitated and upset, especially Wednesday. And I put this in the diffuser, and within 15 or 20 minutes, she had just calmed down. They like to lay close to the diffuser. I don't know why. I guess just the aroma. They really like it. It doesn't bother them at all. So those are two oils that I use all the time on my dogs that they absolutely love. Now, helichrysum is another great oil. I don't have any of that right now either. It helps promote healthy metabolism, promotes vitality and energy, and it's also very soothing to the skin. I ran out when I was using it on me for some problems I was having, so I haven't reordered yet. Now, the digestive blend, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking for mine. I had to pull all my oils back together because I had some in my laundry room, I had some in my kitchen, I had some in my room and the kids' room, so I had to go hunt them all up to get them in here, so I don't necessarily have them in any kind of order. Now, Digest Zen is great for dogs because it promotes healthy digestion, it soothes the upset stomach, discomfort, helps promote healthy gastrointestinal tract. It's great for easing feelings of queasiness. So this would be a great road trip oil. It helps reduce bloating and gas and occasional indigestion. Now, I've used this on my older dog. She has having some kidney problems, and she will go sometimes all of a sudden, I don't know if something's building up in her body, all of a sudden, that's what her vet says. She'll just go and she doesn't want to eat, she doesn't want to drink, and then her stomach gets moaning and growling and carrying on. And I actually dilute this and rub it right on her stomach, and it helps ease off. And then sometimes she gets nausea, and I put this on her, and it's never bothered her. She's never had a skin sensitivity issue, and it really works because you can tell she's just like laying there, and you can tell, looks like to me, she's in pain. And then I put this on there, and within 20 minutes, she's up, moving around, and then she'll come get a little bit of water. So that's another great oil. Now, the Protective Blend, which is On Guard, is a great alternative to help build their immunity. So here's the On Guard. It also helps promote the body's natural antioxidant defense. It helps protect against seasonal environmental threats and helps support healthy respiratory function. All these oils my dogs absolutely love. They love the On Guard just as much as I do. Today in my laundry room, I couldn't find my dogs. I didn't know where they were. I've got a good blend going in my living room, but my laundry room, I like to diffuse On Guard and Melaleuca on the weekends in there because we hang up laundry to dry. We don't dry a lot. My laundry room's not huge, and I'm always worried about, because it's the moisture, bacteria or mold or mildew building up. So I like to run this in my laundry room, and that's actually what I had in the pedal diffuser. I went in there and got it because I was doing laundry today and brought it in here, and I couldn't find my dogs, and they were in there on my laundry room floor. So I'm guessing they were really needing the On Guard today. And I already brought up the Balance a few minutes ago. This promotes whole body relaxation. It evokes feelings of tranquility, promotes restful sleep, eases anxious feelings. Again, you can use it in a car if you travel, if your pets travel with you or they ride with you a lot. If they get upset at things like going to the vet if they don't go out a lot or something like that. My dogs love going riding. They don't have any problems with that. But this really helps them, the storms and things like that. And I used that a lot when my grandma dog had her last bout with her kidney problems, and she wasn't really going to the bathroom a lot, and she was getting dehydrated, and it helped keep her calm because they wanted me to keep her calm. So that really helped a lot. Myrrh, and again, I'm out of that. It's a powerful cleansing property, especially for their mouth and their throat. It's soothing to the skin. It promotes awareness, emotional balance, and well-being. When tension levels are high, that would be a good one to do because it does promote peaceful feelings. And then Roman chamomile. Now, the Roman chamomile is a little different. It comes in a smaller bottle. It's a 5 milliliter bottle. compared to the 15 mils. So this one only has about 75 to 80 drops of oil for the bottle. This has a calming effect on the skin, mind, and body. It soothes the systems of the body. It helps support healthy immune system function. You can also add it to like shampoo or for a dog's bath, and it can help condition and make a soak-in bath for them. It soothes the mind and body. It does blend well with lavender or the grounding blend. And if they're not resting very well, and things like that, if they seem irritable or cranky, this would be a great oil, the Roman chamomile. And then lemon, which is one of my favorite oils ever. I use this all the time. I talk about lemon all the time. It naturally cleanses the body and aids in digestion. It supports healthy respiratory function. It promotes positive mood. It helps with seasonal respiratory discomfort. It's also great. I don't know if your dogs seem to get stuff stuck in their coat and their hair, and it's kind of sticky or something. I usually just wet a wash rag and put a drop of this and then kind of rub on there and kind of dry it to get that off. And this is an oil that for my older dog that's starting to have kidney problems, to keep her detoxified because she's not releasing the waste. When she drinks in the water, you drink in the water, it goes to the kidneys just like people, and the waste is supposed to come out. She's got more water coming out than waste. So lemon is one that I'm using with her to help kind of cleanse her. I have to be careful because I don't really want my other dog to drink it. So I'd make sure that, like she's outside now, I do like one drop in a whole bowl full of water. And like if she's outside for a little while, she'll literally come in and drink the whole bowl of water. So I'll just put one drop. Now I know some pets are not crazy about the citrus oils. Mine don't have a problem with it. So certainly if you ever use an oil and they have an irritation, just like with us, put more oil on there, more carrier. Don't wash it because that drives it in. And if there's something you just seem like they don't like, just don't use that oil because you have a lot of things you can use here. Now the Aroma Touch, again, is another 5 milliliter bottle. This is comforting. It has relaxing effects. It loosens tension, and you can actually massage your dogs if they are having any discomfort. My grandma dog as well has some problems with her back, so she likes this one as well. Now this would be an oil you do not give them internally because this is a blend of oils, and this would be only topically. So those are the top 10 oils for dogs. So I'm going to go over now the top 10 for cats, and I've already gone over how to apply them and some things to watch out for. Now there's certain oils they tell you that cats don't like, just don't use them. I'm going to just touch on the ones that I know are good for cats. Rather than give you a laundry list of oils not to use on your pets, I'm going to tell you the oils that are good to use on them. I think that is so much better. Myrrh, again, is great for cats. It has powerful cleansing properties, especially for their mouth and throat, soothing to the skin. It promotes awareness, emotional balance, well-being. If your cat's like high-strung or upset, that would be good as well because it helps give them peaceful feelings. And again, I don't have any of the myrrh. Lavender, again, is a good one for cats. It's calming and relaxing. It's soothing to skin irritation. It eases tension, promotes restful sleep and anxiety. People don't think that pets can suffer the same things we do. I don't believe that's true. I think they can. They just can't verbalize it like we can do. So if you know your pet, you kind of know their moods and you kind of know what's going on with them. My dogs are like my kids. They have different personalities. My older dog is very easygoing, gets along with everybody, doesn't mind other animals around, other pets around. My bulldog is very jealous. She wants all the attention. She's very territorial and protective. If she likes you, then nobody needs to mess with you. Things like that. I mean, you're not gonna come over and she's not gonna bite you or growl at you, but you can tell she doesn't want you to be around. Like, I'm gonna give an example for my grandson. At first, when she first saw him, she was looking, you could just know in her head, she turned her head looking like, what is that? Because it was a little person. She didn't know how to really deal with little people. So she kind of just stayed away from it. And now, she always, if he falls down or he's riding his bike or he does something out in the yard and is running, she's like right there. And he's like, leave me alone, Lily, leave me alone. She's sniffing him all over because she wants to make sure he's okay. And then if you pick him up and you're playing with him, boy, she's going to be right there growling at you to put him down. She's not growling him because she thinks you're messing with him. She thinks you're bothering him. So I like to use, now again, lavender doesn't seem to have the greatest effect on them. So I like to use the Balance and Serenity to kind of chill her out. She hears a little noise, she's going to be up, barking, growling, carrying on. And when you come in, she's going to want to jump on you and do things. So I use things to help keep her calm because she just seems to have more of a little bit of a different personality than my older dog. Now again, frankincense is great for cats too. Does the same things, relaxation, balances the mood, it supports cellular function, it rejuvenates the skin, so that's great for cats as well. Helichrysum, again, promotes a healthy metabolism, promotes vitality, energy, soothing to the skin. I don't have a bottle of Helichrysum to show you in here with me. I have an empty bottle somewhere, but I'm out of it, so I didn't restock yet. Digest Zen is good for cats as well. It promotes the same things, healthy digestion, soothes occasional stomach discomfort, helps support a healthy gastrointestinal tract, eases feelings of queasiness. If your cat is sick, if they have gas or occasional indigestion, that would be good as well. The Balance, which is the grounding blend, is the same for cats as dogs. Whole body relaxation, tranquility, balance, peace, anxious feelings. If your cat's really hyper, this will be great to use on a car ride as well. Some cats don't like riding in a car. Now, juniper berry is another one that I don't have it on my list for dogs, but juniper berry is great for cats, and I do not have that as well. But it helps support healthy kidney and urinary tract function in a cat. It's good for a skin toner. It acts as a natural cleansing and detoxifying agent. It lessens stress for them as well, and it does blend good with cypress, although I'm not sure cypress might be an oil that you want to use with your cat. You'd have to kind of see how they do with it, but juniper berry is another one for cats. Along also, and I'm looking for mine, for cats would be the TerraShield. This acts as an effective insect repellent and helps ward insects off of your cats. Now, I don't have that listed as something to use for dogs. And again, I'm going off of Dr. Janet Roark, R-O-A-R-K. She's a pet vet. So I'm going off of that. But TerraShield is good for cats as well. Now, I'm going to talk about On Guard. You can use your On Guard for your cats as well. And again, On Guard is the protective blend. It's great for an alternative to synthetic options for immune support on your cats. It supports body's natural antioxidant defenses and helps against seasonal environmental threats. It also supports healthy respiratory function as well for cats. And this one is good for dogs too. I've already gone over the list for dogs. And Arborvitae, I'm saying this wrong, y'all. I'm going to spell it. Aborvitae. Arborvitae. I do not have that oil. I've never had that oil, so I know it's good for a lot of things as well, but for cats, it helps protect against environmental seasonal threats. It's a powerful cleansing and purifying agent as well, and it does naturally help repel insects. It has a grounding aroma. It can help with calm them down and give them a feeling of peace. It does blend well with frankincense as well. Now, be sure to dilute your essential oils when using them with cats. 1 drop in a teaspoon or more of carrier oil. Again, if you'll go to her site, you can like her on Facebook. She does do online classes. Her name again is Janet, R-O-A-R-K, DMV. She's a pet vet. And she talks about different oils because of her profession. She doesn't specifically on her live feeds talk about doTERRA. If you message her, she gives you her personal opinion on which oil I think that to use. She references, if you want more information sometimes about something that's particular, to just message her. She actually has a notes section. If you like her page, to the left there's a notes section, and you'll find the top 10 essential oil for dogs listed. There's a section for that, and there's one for cats as well. And she also has some dilution ratios on there as well, and she talks about, she does have a section on there about essential oils in cats. She has some other things on there as well, for just specifically for dogs as well as cats. So I covered all that. I also wanted to let you know that again, the chart, I'm going to show it one more time. You can see it. This is reflexology for dogs, and some of the places, if you put the oils on their paws, that's good for these type of things right here. Again, the nape of their neck or on their spine is great too. I just Googled this and got that. I'm not sure if she has one on her site as well. But I also wanted to mention, I don't know if anybody watching actually has the Essential Life book or not. I didn't look in my other book, I'm sorry, my Modern Essentials, but the Essential Life book has a section in it for pets. And in here, for dogs, it's got bad breath biscuits you can make with some essential oils. It also has a flea collar repellent, a pet shampoo, a smell good spray. If you have a cat, it also has a no odor kitty litter in here and a scratch deterrent. So that's something great. I know that I've heard some people talk about, some of the ladies that we have a page together, Essentially Obsessed Life, which is myself, Beth, and Amy. I know Beth has been talking about doing a flea collar, and there's actually a recipe here, and she mentioned some biscuits as well. So in this book, there's actually, and I don't know if y'all can see that pretty good. I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, but there's some tips you can see in here, and there's the flea collar on some things you can do for pets. Of course, you can always Pinterest, Google, and do some different things, but just make sure that you think about your pet is like your baby. They're like a small child. You just need to dilute. Don't use it the same strength as you do. Use some type of carrier oil to do that. Fractionated coconut is just more economical than some of the other oils, but you can use a lot of the other oils. Some people use olive oil. You can use jojoba oil. You can use almond oil. You can use castor oil. Even you can even use vitamin E oil if you like, because vitamin E oil is great too. You can make you up, like I said before, a little roller ball, and you can keep it just for your pets. You need to label it for your pets. You can make you up a roller ball, and then you can use that on them. I think that's all I've got, y'all. This video in this class is going to be up for a week if you need to go back and watch it. And also, I haven't said much about it lately, but I also have a YouTube channel. And I'm going to be, because I learned this week how to upload all my Facebook Live event videos, how to download them and upload them to YouTube. So the one I did last week on women's health and this one for pets, I'm going to upload on my YouTube channel, so that I can reference, people can go back and look at them, and they could just look at them from YouTube. If you are watching today and you'd love to learn more about essential oils, not just for your pets, for yourself, for your kids, for your parents, message me. I'll be more than happy to do a class for you. We can use Zoom, Facebook Live, if you'd like to meet me. I'm going to be at Firehouse Subs here in Dublin in their banquet room every Saturday in May at 2 o'clock, and the last 3 Saturdays in April, which will be the 15th, the 22nd, and I can't remember what the other Saturday is. I'll be there at 2 o'clock. I'm just going to be doing basics of essential oil classes there. But I'll be more than happy if there's a topic you'd like to learn more about. Let me know, because if I haven't already done a class on it, one of the other ladies or in my upline may have done a class on it, and I'll be more than happy to provide you a link so you can watch it. Or if you know anybody who might be interested in this video, share it. You can message it to them, or if they would like to do a class, have them contact me. I'll be more than happy to help. Help is only a question away, and let them know how they can get the best price for these oils. And thank you all for watching me today. I hope you have a rest of your Sunday is great and beautiful. We are fixing to grill out. We're going to grill some pork chops and some sausage and some hot dogs. And my husband was in here a while ago boiling the potatoes. We're going to make some potato salad and just have a nice little afternoon, has some great food and some leftovers for the beginning of the week. So thank you all for watching me, and message me if I can help you. Help's only a question away, y'all. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.